We have found a material.
Different combinations shall remain here.
You are the Arisen. Yet follow me!
Even the best of us has its limits, I suppose.
Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
Surely I'm overdue a day of welcome respite.
Even the best of us has its limits, I suppose.
I'm not sure.
More to look forward to, but a long day of work.
I dare say I could forget all my troubles.
About time I caught that done.
Terror comes off in moments and caution. Time and a place.
Even the best of us has its limits, I suppose.
I regret to inform you that there is no masquerade scheduled for today.
Here I might reflect. Never saw the pessimism for a boot up the arts.
I'll have nightmares if I let myself.
Quiet as a moon.
Got to keep moving.
I should very much like to rejoin. You, Master.
Now there's a worthy prize, if only 'tweren't so far away.
Sometimes this is the only place I can find peace.
My apologies, sir, but as you are not a member of this establishment, I cannot permit you through. Pray, take yourself elsewhere. Our services are only available to members of this establishment.
Should you wish to ply me for information, you will first have to earn my trust. Let's head to market before it slips my mind.
My apologies, sir, but as you are not a member of this establishment, I cannot permit you through.
This is my first time clapping eyes on such an item. I expect my own master has yet to even discover it.
Would that all my days.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
After you, Arisen.
Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right on... the roads, despite the hour. You know where to find me.
I overheard some of...
Hail, friend! Have you a spare moment? I've an eye for people, and my instincts tell me you're of trustworthy ilk. I'm in a bit of a quandary, you see. I'm to be gone for a week with no one... Fear not, I only ask your name to list as a tenant. You needn't bother yourself with the cleaning, and I don't expect you to stay cooped up in there, neither. I'd be much obliged if you'd simply consider my home a waypoint on your travels. Sound appealing? Then come on by and have a look-see. I've taken the liberty of marking the location on your map.
Another day of work awaits.
When does my watch end? I've clean forgotten.
Tell me, I haven't got any.
Would that I could spend all day here.
Barely drag my ass out of bed.
I don't know what to do. Yes, sir. Have you procured what I asked? Splendid. You've my gratitude. Unfortunately, I can give you little more than that. Forgive me, but I must return to my rounds. But in place of a reward, mayhap I could give you a tour of the premises. Only if you've the time and inclination, of course. What say you? Would you care to accompany me? As servants of the gracious hand, we provide whatever treatment we can to those unfortunate who are stricken by maladies. Yet, at times, 'tis not enough. Perhaps you will recall the parents who were here when you first arrived. An unfortunate pair. They've suffered no few hardships in the slums, and now even their poor son Lubomir has fallen ill. By chance, he was examined by a roaming man claiming to be a doctor. Yet so, he was put into our care.
What should I do?
Gotta crack a few skulls if you want to be topped off.
Here he is. This young man is Lubomir. We've been administering the medicine recommended by the doctor who examined him, but he has yet to show any sign of recovery. To be perfectly honest, I doubt the soundness of that so-called doctor's judgment. After all, there is no shortage of ne'er-do-wells out there, willing to claim their medicine the only cure. But I suppose I ought not say such things so openly. At any rate, I'd best continue on my rounds. Pray, stay as long as you wish. Come, come. We've medicine to prepare. We've enough to make a fresh batch now, thanks to a kind donation.
Psst! You there! Help me! Listen, the sisters here are good to us, but I'm growing weaker day by day. It started with a slight fever, and now I can scarce lift myself up. See that empty bed? An old man was lying in it till just a few days past. He told me he was feeling better, that he'd be well enough to leave anon. And now he's... Mayhap I'm just imagining things. I hope that's the case. And yet... something isn't right about this place. Pray, should you hear any queer rumors about the Gracious Hand, come tell me of them, won't you? I'd see to it myself, but I can hardly move.
Might I beg but a moment of your time?
Each of our patients deserves our full attention. Would that we had more hands to aid us.
Might I beg but a moment of your time? What teachings might Come. What am I to do?
One of these days I'll find myself a man.
What teachings might salve?
Might you be a friend of Lubomir's? He's seen better days, hasn't he? There has been talk of sending him down to the basement, should his condition fail to improve. That is, the basement sick room, where our most critical patients convalesce under the abbess's care. None of the other sisters are permitted entry, including myself. Teles, she gives the patients a special medicine. I know not what kind. At times I hear strange cries and moans drift up from below, which is to be expected. Those who come here suffer all manner of afflictions, you see, and yet a part of me is afeared for them. I do hope naught befalls Lubomir. I should like to see him walk out of here.
So, the worst of us are taken to the basement. Mayhap that's the source of the queer voices I hear at night. And none save the abbess can enter? If the Gracious Hand has a secret, 'tis the abbess who keeps it, I reckon. You've done this much for me. Would you be willing to go further? I must find out what goes on down there. You've my thanks. I just can't stomach the thought of lying here not knowing. Of course, all the better should your search come to naught. But if you do find aught amiss down in that basement, it must be the Abbess's doing. Should you find evidence fit to implicate her, will you help me see to it that justice is carried out? See, I've already reported my suspicions to the Sentinels, and we've arranged a signal. If you apprehend the Abbess, they'll know to come and arrest her. So I beg you, sir, find the evidence you need, if it exists to be found.
What about this reeks of a plot? Let us gather evidence that we might expose it.
Right you are.
I know not why, but the words basement sick room set my hair on end. Shall we investigate?
Splendid.
Oh, someone help me. Jahan? Bruno, where have you gone? Oh, someone help me.
Mayhap 'twould serve us well to track down the former patients mentioned in these records of treatment.
I quite agree.
What should I...
Nobles do nothing but guzzle sweet meats and ale. I suppose that's enough. I ought to be getting back to.
Whatever am I to do?
Lady Eleanor's a goodly person, a saint-like. Her earnest care saw me back to full health. I wavered between life and death for quite some time in that basement sick room, and she watched o'er me through it all, bless her. Can't say as I miss that basement, mind. 'Tis an eerie place, dark and shadowy, filled with the moaning of the sick. Suppose 'tis only to be expected, given the state of those assembled. I'm sure I was moaning too.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
Elena. Ah, yes. The Abbess of the Gracious Hand. A fine woman by all accounts. I was in her care once myself. But I must admit, I've always felt there's something off about her. You see, I was only a little under the weather when I entered her care. But then I started getting sicker and sicker till I was certain death would come for me. In the end, I survived, but methinks I was one of the lucky few. So many died down there. And once, I saw her, the Abbess, meeting with a strange man. She handed him a large parcel, all wrapped up, and he gave her something small in return. You'd think 'twere medicine, but I'd not have bought medicine from a man like that. He had the look of a scoundrel about him. They were whispering, but I did hear one of them say aught about keeping quiet. 'Tis well suspicious, eh? Where'd they meet? 'Twas in the square in the eastern part of the common quarter, and always a night, as I recall.
Even
This might be worth a read. A thorough perusal might reveal aught of interest.
You've come. Glad to see you, friend. So, what say you? Would you care to live here in my absence? As I've said, you needn't worry about tending to the place. Many thanks, friend. I knew I could count on you. I'll stop by again in a week's time, but till then, farewell.
We will find much better rest in an abode than out in the elements, methinks. Let us make good use of it while we can.
I suppose 'tis so?
Here.
Aye, this is plenty. Lord Phaesus is like to be in your debt. Nicely done. Suppose it can't have been easy to procure this much so quickly.
You suppose wrong. I command their full faith. 'Tis simple for me to extract what I require.
Ha! You're a fearsome one. Here's hoping I ne'er end up in your care.
Enough. I gave you yours, now you give me mine. I'd not be seen here with you.
Ah, of course. Wouldn't want to hurt the Lady Saint's image in the eyes of the common folk, would we? Here's your special medicine.
Glad we understand each other. Till next time.
Aye, be seeing you.
This is not the first we've heard of Lord Phaesus. What could his aim be, I wonder?
This is beyond me, I'm afraid.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side.
Might I beg but a moment of your time?
A common reward. Frustratingly so. We'll find a use for it, I'm sure.
Shall we make for Vernworth Palace? Let us make for the palace, that she might investigate Minister Allard's chambers. Pawns are forbidden from entering the castle grounds, but we may accompany you to the entrance.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
I'd sooner stay out of that where possible. Quiet at last.
We shall await you here, Master.
It's well tiring being so alert all day long. I'd sooner stay. There are few places where there is such peace.
What would I to do?
Can't stomach places like this.
I wish the minister would be more careful. He takes the sentinel posted outside his...
business could be so pressing that I must be summoned at this late hour?
I would not presume to know, my lord. However, it must be a highly sensitive matter for the Regent Kin to request a private audience.
Or perhaps the boy has finally grown wise to the benefits my favor can bring. He might just be his mother's puppet, but at least he knows what's good for him.
My lord, if someone were to overhear...
Oh, unwring your hands, you fool! As if anyone in this palace would dare say a word against me. Now, if Wilhelmina calls, tell her to await me in my chambers. I will return presently. What are you doing in here? I don't recognize you. Guards, seize the intruder.
If you want to leave, show us your, sincerity. Very well.
What business have you here?
Knows where it doesn't belong.
Must go unpunished. How dare!
Is there naught to be done?
Master, pray let me know beforehand if we are to meet somewhere different.
Do take care not to stray so far next time.
My patience.
Prove your mettle.
I'll be done.
That's plain indecent.
I'm not trained for this.
I have no issue falling asleep, even at this.
Open your eyes, everyone. 'Tis dark out, but our day begins. Step lively. Journey by starlight shall make for a nice change of pace.
Ready to forge on? Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
Are you trying to piss me off?
I must be vigilant. The townspeople depend on me.
Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without...
Pray, take yourself elsewhere. Our service is our own. be available. To members of this establishment.
I'd love to get a patron with more coins.
I can't think straight!
Nothing like being spoiled by a good...
Well now, you're...
What is it? Has something happened?
We have it on good authority that a suspicious individual passed through here.
We need to scour the area. Well, scour what you like.
In here.
Open up!
You're dressed rather austerely for a patron.
My humblest apologies, Lady Wilhelmina. We've had reports of an unseemly character in the vicinity, you see, and...
Preposterous. I was out front till but a moment ago, and I did not see so much as a shadow.
Be that as it may.
You are excused. Leave this place, ere you invite our noble host's wrath upon yourself. I will summon you if aught is amiss.
Pray forgive the intrusion.
And what business have you here? In the nobles' playground? Hmm? You've the face of someone in search of a juicy morsel. Would you be looking for this, perchance?
Come on, then. Keep pouring. Do you take me for some green lad who can't handle his cups? I'm your damned king, and a king deserves royal treatment.
Of course, Your Majesty.
Tell us, Your Majesty, would you prefer more drink, or shall we find some other way to amuse ourselves?
Aye. Let's change things up.
I believe I cautioned you to keep your drunken revelry in check. Lest you forget, these celebrations of your valor are but a pretense for more serious matters.
I know. I do. It's just I get the poison in me and things happen is all.
You need only serve as our false king until Sven becomes consul. Till then, however, you would do well to remember that your role demands a certain degree of dignity. I trust you understand your position, Your Majesty.
Nay, I mean I. As you say, I'll go and sober up.
Why not remove yours as well? This is not the masquerade hall, and we now find ourselves quite alone. What say we dispense with such pretenses and speak openly with one another, Lord Phasus?
That will do. If you're discovered, yours won't be the only head that rolls. What is your purpose here, I wonder? If you came to learn of the Sovereign, then 'tis as you have seen. The man is naught but a ale-swilling pretender propped up by the Queen Regent. Of course, that begs the question. If he's a mere mummer, then where might our true Arisen be? You'd best go. I'll do what I can to help you make your escape. As you can see, I run an establishment that caters to certain pleasures. You're welcome to come and play anytime. If you escape with your life, that is. Know, however, that our services do not come cheap.
Stop this! I beg of you! Have faith!
Should have known it would end like this. You plan to roll over and die, then?
It chills the blood.
You'll come to regret angering me.
Heavens have mercy!
Steel yourself. You shall prevail.
I am ashamed.
Steel yourself. You're made of tougher stuff.
You shall prevail.
Show them what for!
Heavens, no!
Oh no, you're made of sterner stuff than that.
Shame.
What will become of me? My heart. This is nothing you can't.
Another fancy party hosted by the Arisen. He's feeling plenty better.
The Arisen has made stop for only they are capable of this
A price on peace and quiet.
Then I shall remain by your side.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason. Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Well, well. He is merely Deesa's puppet then. 'Tis likely that he knows naught of her schemes, even were he to be removed. I suspect some other would simply be made to take his place. But if there's aught that compels my attention, 'tis this other man you mention. Phases, was it? He seems a man of import, and yet I have never heard of him. Pray, allow me to investigate this matter further. You've done well.
Queen Regent Deesa appears to be working in concert with this Phaser's fellow, but what precisely is their aim?
This is beyond me, I'm afraid.
Getting proper rest is an important duty in its own right. I trust we've all inspected our equipment. Off we go then.
Feeling rested, I trust?
Connor!
What else needs doing?
Would happen to shake things up. Gather round! Treat your ears to a tale by...
Hi! Faring well, I hope. Would you care to join me? I'd not say no to a bit of company. I was hoping you'd say that. Do you know, I had a feeling we'd meet here today. Intuition, I suppose. Say, you're not from round here, are you? Are you a... How I envy you. This city is all I know. I long to learn more of the outside world, but Mother won't allow it. She's always telling me how dangerous it is beyond the palace walls. But that only makes me question her judgment all the more. After all, if the world truly is so perilous, what of the lives of our people? They must be fraught with uncertainty, subject to harsh conditions. It seems unfair that I alone should be shielded from that reality. But listen to me waffling on. Ah, I almost forgot. Here, I brought more of the money I owe you. I should have the remainder ready by our next meeting. My apologies, friend, but I'd best be going. I mustn't let Mother find out I left the palace. Thank you for indulging me. I do hope we'll see each other anon. Till then, farewell.
Shall we pay Miss Daphne another visit? I find myself wondering how the young lass fares. Certainly, Master. I can take you to this individual.
The vanguard is yours. Lead on. Is this a challenge arisen to see who can keep pace?
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
What to do? What to do? Hoy, Arisen! Say, have you heard about the state of the river? Do you know the river close by the church? Well, it's come to be full of muck and filth and all sorts. That's a problem for the church, as it draws from the river to make holy water. The water's so filthy that it's going to take twice the amount of gold ore to purify it. I was thinking you could help the priests by finding some gold ore. After all, it wouldn't be good for anyone if the church ran out of holy water. I was hoping you'd say that. Thanks ever so much. I'll help too. I'll look for gold ore every place I can think of.
Now we seek gold ore. Though 'tis sold in shops, mining some ourselves might prove the better choice.
You're back! Pray, tell me, have you found anything? What? You found a medicine used only in the basement sick room? I don't like the sound of that. Do you think... Could I trouble you to look into this as well? Mayhap you could show it to the doctor I saw before coming here. Radcliffe, his name was. He's staying in the rest town. Pray, sir, do what you can. I must know.
Methinks we would do well to bring this medicine to Sir Ratcliffe, the doctor over in the rest town.
You're back! Pray, tell me, these look like Records of treatment. Johann and Bruno. I know these two. They left here not long ago, fit as a pair of fiddles. I recall them being especially meek to the abbess. Mayhap that's what got them out safely. At any rate, they may know aught of use. Loath as I am to ask more of you, perhaps you would speak to them in my stead?
Over here, if you please.
I'm no cook, am I?
Wonder how long this job's supposed to last.
Don't feel safe here.
I'm tired of breaking my back for someone
Dead
else.
on my
Whatever I'm
feet.
at to do.
Maybe I'll keep right here.
Tis this way.
You best make yourself scarce.
Save it, Cuss. I'm not interested. Frey, follow me.
I've been here so long, I almost forgot why I came.
This is generally used as a material. I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time. Oof. My pack's grown rather heavy. I could swear I've seen what's needed here in this broken palace storage. Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
I say, we collect as much as we can carry.
Look there. Methinks I spy aught of use.
Let us ponder how best to proceed.
We're here, Master. Might we not complete our delivery while we're here?
Perhaps once we've concluded this bit of business, we might allow ourselves a moment's rest.
You have my support. We're better prepared than we might have hoped. What we need is already to hand. Follow me, if you would.
closer and I'll scream. Boy, Arisen, have you found any gold ore yet? Wow! This'll be plenty, I reckon. Thank you ever so much. Listen, I was talking to the priests, and apparently our troubles aren't over yet. Would you be willing to lend us a hand again, Arisen? Just one more time? Thanks. So, remember how I told you about the river by the church getting all mucky? Well, the grown-ups are saying it's gotten worse. Now lots of people who live nearby are falling sick. The priests have been treating everyone as best they can, but there's nowhere near enough medicine to go round. I want to help them, but I'm not sure what I can do. Apart from ask you, that is. Would you bring us some more medicine, Arisen? Oh, thanks, Arisen. What would we do without you? I'll talk to the priests in the meantime, see if there's anything useful I can do. Hoy, Arisen! Have you brought any medicine with you? Not yet. Fair enough. Come find...
I fear I must attend to my prayers.
Yon path leads not to our destination. If you would prefer to explore, I shall guide you another time.
Perhaps the Arisen has recalled some more pressing business. Fret not. Sure we'll come back to this eventually.
Crowds can be troublesome. Best be on my guard.
There's a ladder here. After you, Arisen.
Greetings. Welcome to the Guild Hall. Here, we conduct all manner of procedures pertaining to vocations. If there is aught I may assist you with, simply say the word. Forgive me, but I'm afraid we are not accepting registration for warriors or sorcerers at this time. You see, as we currently have no archer staves or great swords on hand, we are unable to outfit new members. And we cannot simply purchase more, as the delivery of arms intended for the local armory and other guilds in this domain was plundered by goblins. So regrettably, I cannot assist you. Unless you were to procure a weapon yourself, that is. Let me see. What else can I tell you of our guild? Have you found any of the items we discussed, perchance? Methinks Roderick will be able to tell you aught of the stolen shipment. He runs the local armory, and we purchase almost all of our stock from him. May fortune smile upon you, sir.
Let us commence our search without delay. Where to first?
At your neck.
Life's best taken at a leisurely pace.
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost hospitality in all Vernworth. You know where to find. This inspires naught but misgivings. Make it easy.
It's my fault. Always leave.
Need anything? Many thanks.
I do so enjoy stocking up on supplies.
We mustn't overspend.
You have my support.
I'd gladly stay here forever if I could.
No one's coming to my aid.
But I like you.
Not my kind of place, this.
Hoy, Arisen! Have you brought any medicine with you? Now that's just splendid! Oh, thank you, Arisen. This should be plenty. I'll take it.
'Tis a goodly deed we've done, aiding the sick. I only hope our efforts go a ways toward improving life in the slums.
I suppose 'tis so.
Oh, sir, if you please, pray excuse my boldness, sir. I am but a humble maid in service to a noble household. Might I beg a moment of your time? My master is in need of aid, you see, and I'm hoping you'll consider offering your assistance. Oh, thank you, sir. You cannot imagine my relief. Might we continue this conversation somewhere more discreet? You will find my master's manor in the noble quarter. Pray, meet me there at your earliest convenience.
Dead on my feet. Yeah, maybe I'll get right help. I'm dead on my feet.
Shall we see how Harv village fares of late, Master? Pray, allow me to show you the way.
The vanguard is yours. Lead on.
Crowds can be troublesome. I best be on my guard.
Time to catch myself up on the talk around town.
Somehow my feet always carry me.
The sea lies in the distance, and beyond it, a land unknown. I've just had a thought. Curious thing. One of my former masters chose to hire only women. I wonder why.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind. finish this.
Focus. A moment of indecision will spell our doom.
Is easily done. Feast your eyes on this! It seems we have enraged our foe. Reckless opponent makes it easy prey. Like capable of calamitous calamity.
I sustain your
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items. I am confident and may act independently.
Come, I'll lead the way. No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
There wasn't patient there.
It isn't much of an adventure if all we do is make camp.
Let us return once we've grown tired from our labours.
I have the chance.
Battle is best avoided here. Having more of these to hand ought serve us well in battle.
Say we help one at the next foe we encounter.